In the annals of the history of Israel, where the sun beats down and the winds are harsh, there lived a man whose name resonated with wisdom and grandeur. King Solomon, son of the legendary King David, was a man of great repute, renowned for his refined tastes for wealth, astuteness, and his masterful construction of the majestic First Temple in Jerusalem. In the eyes of many, he was considered the epitome of sagacity, and his fabled reputation for dispensing equitable and unbiased decisions earned him great deference and devotion. It was during his reign that two women gave birth within days of each other. The women lay nursing their newborns, each mother cradling her bundle of joy. Days passed, and the cold hand of fate intervened. One child drew its last breath, and its mother wept for the life snatched from her bosom. Envy twisted her heart, and in the dead of night, she crept into the chambers of the other mother, and with foul intent, exchanged her own child with the living one. As morning dawned, and the cruel deed was revealed, the bereaved mother pleaded with King Solomon for justice, and the fate of the children lay in the hands of the wise king. As the court proceedings began, the tension in the room was palpable. Two women stood before King Solomon, each claiming to be the mother of a baby. The infant lay sleeping in a cradle at the center of the room, a tiny symbol of the life and death decision that was about to be made. As the first woman stepped forward, her eyes welled up with tears, and her voice trembled with emotion.
I am the mother of this child, and the bond between us is divine, woven together by the threads of fate. Every moment of his life, I have nurtured and cherished him, but in the dark of the night, the other woman, blinded by envy and malice, snatched him from my embrace and claimed him as her own.
The second woman retorted with an intensity that made her words sound like a curse.
How dare you accuse me of such treachery? This child is rightfully mine, and I have poured out my love on him every moment since his birth. It is you who seeks to rob me of my joy.
Her voice dripped with venom, and her eyes blazed with a fierce fire of defiance. King Solomon's piercing gaze darted back and forth between the two women, his keen mind analyzing every word and gesture. He understood that the authenticity of motherhood lay not in their claims, but in the intensity of the bond that transcended words. With a firm voice and unwavering command, he demanded a sword be brought before him. A gasp went up from the assembled courtiers as a guard rushed forward with a gleaming weapon.
Now, if you truly are the mother of this child, you will not want to see him harmed. I will order the guard to cut him in half, and you can each have a share.
The woman's countenance contorted with dread, her heart heavy with terror.
Please spare the child. I beseech thee, my king, David's seed, I implore you. Do not subject him to harm. I would rather relinquish him to the other woman than have him suffer any hurtful affliction in your presence, your highness.
Solomon nodded thoughtfully, then turned to the second woman. And you, do you agree to this? He asked. The woman nodded eagerly.
Yes. Let it be done. Let this stupid woman know justice.
At this, Solomon knew the truth. The first woman was the true mother, willing to give up her claim to the child rather than see him hurt. The second woman, in contrast, was willing to harm the child rather than lose him. The infant was restored to his rightful mother, and the court erupted in applause. As the two women left the courtroom, Solomon reflected on the nature of motherhood and the depths of human love and sacrifice. Motherhood, you see, is not always a straightforward, black and white issue. It involves a myriad of emotions, sacrifices, and difficult decisions. He pondered on the desperation of a mother who has lost a child, as well as the envy and selfishness of another mother who would resort to such a heinous act. It speaks to the depth of a mother's love, as both women claimed the child as their own and were willing to fight for him. King Solomon's wisdom in unraveling the truth and restoring the child to his rightful mother is a testament to the complexity and importance of motherhood, and the need for compassion and understanding in dealing with its challenges.